little bit more about Growing Kids God's Way, they really do define an entire worldview in this book, such that people who adopt these principles are going to be shaped by them more than just in their parenting. It's their whole outlook on the world. And that includes the sense that society today is in trouble. Young people today are in trouble. And we need to turn things around to preserve our families and to preserve our country. And this is a message that crops up a lot in Christian parenting resources. It's interesting to me that the window always shifts. When Dobson's writing in 1970, he points back to the parents of the 50s and 60s and says, they're too permissive. We need to get back to discipline and authority. When the Ezzos are writing in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, they point back to the parents of the 70s and 80s and say they're too permissive. I'm sure authoritarian parents today would point back to the 90s and 2000s and say they're too permissive. So the window always shifts, but the Ezzos give a lot of clear promises. In the same way that in Babywise, they give these promises that if you do this, if you do it right, it's not luck, it's good parenting to have a baby who sleeps through the night, a baby who's cheerful, a baby who can play independently, etc. And here they say it will take 2 generations to right the country to where it needs to be, where they believe it needs to be. So they're kind of making that promise that if you parents really buckle down and commit to this framework and get your children to commit to this framework, then we'll be in good shape. Everything will be on track.